Okay. Everybody got your lighting the way you want it and you're the correct distance from your camera for yourself? Okay, here we go again. The love you feel easily toward those who are close to you, those you care for. And now start to think of those with whom you don't have a deep connection and try to find a connection with them. Lovely, guys. Use your lights any way you want. Let your entire body do this dance. Now the most difficult part. Dance love to those you dislike intensely. Where can you find a connection point to send love? Now try bringing them all into your heart, from the people you're close to the people you disdain. Now comes a call and response. You're joining the followers of Martin Luther King. You're choosing love. So please dance the message of the I Have a Dream speech. Which is every bit as valid today as it was the day he spoke it. Let yourself move forward or backward to the camera. Let your body turn. There we go. Let your feet move, even if you're being still or sitting. Now go into the lotus. Wow. That's shaping really, really beautifully. Let's do it again one more time. Questions or problems, observation.
When that message comes on the screen and you say you have to touch I got it or not, do I have to do that? Because that's why I lost connection when I did that.
It shouldn't push you out of connection. What it should do is just acknowledge that you know you're being recorded, and it takes a patch away that otherwise hides part of the screen. At least that's my experience.
Huge. It was a huge middle, a third of the screen.
Right. That's why they don't want people surreptitiously recording each other. And also they want to be sure that you do acknowledge it for legal reasons. So it's probably.
Right, so then the middle of it, I have to move forward and touch the screen in the middle of the action.
No, you don't. That only happened because I hadn't been recording it. It won't come on again. We're recording all this time.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
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 Okay, I lost out.
Okay, so here we go.
Let me put on.
There appear to be purple lights being shown rather than red or blue. I don't know.
I think that there are distortions in the camera. Ed, I noticed that one of your lights looks blue on the camera. They're both red though, I see. Yeah, that's a distortion from the camera. It's not
what
they're
lights
wearing
are we
the wrong
supposed
one.
to have on?
Red.
Just red. Okay.
Just red for Martin Luther King. Okay, one last quote. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Okay, this should be hard. The beginning not, but by the time we get to the end, it should be hard if you're doing it with truth. Yeah. All right, here we go. Everyone ready? Choosing love and dancing the love you feel toward the people who are close to you and the people you admire. And now the people you have very little connection with, how do you reach out to them? Let your body move beyond. Yeah, there you go. And now, how to find love in your heart for the people you despise. Good. Dance from your feet. Let your whole body fall. Yes. Your face doesn't have to be right up against the screen. Let it turn. You can trust. Bring them all together. And now is the call and response to join together in this, to follow Martin Luther King. I have a dream. What is being called for in this? Yes. Nice. Oh, yeah. Okay, and we're now going into the lotus. Slowly. That's it. Let it be from your heart. Good work, folks. Really. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Going from Martin Luther King to John Lennon, even though Martin Luther King's mission was within our lifetimes, at least some of us, John Lennon is closer to us in time. And it's also a very strange expansion, because you're going from political figures, ministers, people who are leaders in those respects, to rock stars, to something that reaches out beyond the normal social and justice issues, and who calls upon everybody, no single group, everybody, to create peace on earth and to allow peace on earth. So this is the last section of Ahimsa. Just to let you know, we decided today to make Transfiguration a kind of a coda to Ahimsa instead of a separate piece. That isn't going to affect our participation in it, but it means that this is the end piece of the tracing of the history of nonviolence and the beginning of the call for now, the challenge to people who are watching this, to stand on the shoulders of all these people we've gone through and make it happen, dream together. So again, that's the message of John Lennon, essentially. If you dream alone, it's a dream. If you dream together, it's a reality. So that's the next piece that's being brought into this.
Do we wear white lights?
White lights. Okay.
Wait.
I won't do anything until you say you're ready.
Okay, I'm almost ready. I'm working as fast as I can.
Okay, don't worry about it. We have enough time. We're good.
Yeah.
You're far enough along into this already where you can add your light to it. You can really consider what you want your light to do as expression of what you're dancing. Take risks, because we're not going to use this material in the final. This is for you to see what would happen if you did this or this or this. Everybody set? Elizabeth, can you turn your microphone off? Okie dokie. Here we go. This is John Lennon. Although all three of these leaders were assassinated, we're only going to express that with darkness in between each section, because the point of our dance is that they did it. Regardless of what happened to them, they were effective. They are the inspiration to us. They are the shoulders that we can stand on to deepen, increase our understanding and our ability to win. Okay? All right, here we go. John Lennon. Hey, this is really expansive. You're reaching out to a much bigger population. You're calling on people all over the world to put aside their fear and do this very difficult thing. Good. Nice use of the light, folks. Let the movement come from your feet all the way through your body, no matter what we see on the square. This is what can be done. Let it come from your heart and your breath. Now there's going to be a summoning to the people who are watching you. You're inviting them to join all of us, the historical people, you people, to dream together. And imagine what it would be like if they did. Good. Let it be strong, but stay in Buto, please. Don't go fast. Yeah. Summon them to a dream together. And dance your conviction that this can be done, your confidence that human beings can do this. Think of the joy it would be to make this happen. Let your vision be strong. That's it. With all these people behind us and all the success there has been, that now we could do it. And now start the final lotus. Bring it to your heart. Let the heels of your hands touch, your little finger and your thumb touch, and then open the flower. Peace, real peace. Nice job. Really, really beautiful job. It's a lovely journey. It really is a lovely journey. May not be easy, but it's a beautiful journey. We have enough time so that we could do both of them in sequence. Would you be okay with doing that now? I'll make a pause in between so that you can switch your finger lights. And please don't feel pressed because we have a half hour and we're only going to be doing about 15 minutes. Okay, let me cue it back up and you guys get your red lights back on. I'm sure you've seen that this could go deeper and deeper and deeper, particularly the Martin Luther King part of it, going through the gradations of connection with love. You can take that further and further and further, and it will be an exciting journey and also a very powerful one for the audience. Because if you demonstrate that this can be done, you're making a path for them. Everybody got what you need? Sheila, do you have your lights? Are you okay? Okay. Take your time, Marlene. It's not a rush. We're good. The Lotus Asana is getting more and more beautiful every time you do it. And that's what should happen. Okay, here we go. Starting with Martin Luther King, choosing love. And dancing your love for those who are close to you. What it feels like to be deeply connected in love. Good. You can make your light do whatever you want. Now, connecting with those with whom you don't really have a relationship. People you're not connected to, how do you reach out in love to them? and finding a way to open and love to those you dislike intensely. Now bring everyone together. Feeling the connection and the differences among the people you adore, the people you would like not to be involved with, and the people in the middle. And now let the call and answer take you. Join Martin Luther King and his followers to change the world. Now the I Have a Dream speech. Drawing people together to act with integrity and to refuse violence. Now we'll be moving toward the lotus slowly, finding your heart. Bringing the heels, little fingers and thumbs together. And opening the flower. Okay, now you could change your finger lights. While you're doing that, you might notice where you're landing in the middle of your square and whether you need to move in one direction or another or change your camera angle in any way. Everybody comfortable? Okay, let's do it. Okay, this is the expansion of the call. This is not independence for India from England. This is beyond any national boundaries, any linguistic boundaries, any social or political boundaries. We're calling on everyone, everyone. Someone who's sitting at the top of the Himalayas, somebody who's down in the middle of the earthquake torn. Yeah, there you go. Everyone. A much, much bigger population. Men, women, children. That's it. That's it. Let your whole body lift. Let your breath move you. Now we're summoning them to join in the vision together. Again, the idea that a dream shared by many people becomes reality. Nice. Let your light take you. Yeah, there you go. And now confidence in the future, belief that in spite of the assassins, in spite of the evil people, in spite of the things that are being done to stop it, to happen, we have a heritage of Ahimsa. Imagine it, that it really is here on earth. That's good. Union instead of separation. And now the lotus, the final lotus, the heart opening and blooming. Your hands are together by your heart. And you open the flower. And the light pours out. And we arrive at peace. Beautiful job, folks. Really beautiful job. I hope you could see that and feel it. It's really coming. We have still 15 minutes. If you want to, I can play the music and you can play around with your lights. Or if you want to, we can talk, or if you want to, we can end it. It's entirely up to you. What would you like to do now? Okay, I'll become the arbitrary authoritarian figure. Let's play with the lights a bit.
Marilyn, I have a question. I'm on the music. I'm not sure. I'm not really hearing the differences. I'm not really hearing. I'm not hearing Martin Luther King. I'm not hearing. I'm searching for it, but I can't find it yet. What like where's Martin Luther King and where's John Lennon in the music and where's I'm not finding it. So I'm just wondering if someone could help me as far as what they're hearing.
We don't, okay, they're not literal cues.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why. And usually when we do things like this, we do have literal cues. He wove it together in the orchestra. So you're not going to have, I've been very arbitrary in naming these places so that it could be choreographed. So I think it's a matter of going inside, Megan, rather than looking for it in the music.
Okay.
Certainly there is a rise and fall in intensity in the music.
Uh-huh.
And if we had a few more weeks, I think you would be able to bind your feelings with the music, because I'm finding that it's going through my head now during the day, and I'm starting to see what we're doing with each part. But that takes time, because there's not a literal one section after the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's more broad strokes painting than one step at a time. Does that help at all? But
yeah. Mm-hmm.
if you all touch that place inside yourself when we're doing the different things, then there's a wave of that energy coming from the screen, and that will work. And in the minds of us, eventually that will become a part of the music, and the music will become a part of that. But I understand what you're talking about. We don't usually use orchestral music. Mm-hmm. And that's more complex than the single line that we generally use with the shakuhachi or the voice or whatever. So it's a more complicated relationship. It's not as straightforward a relationship. Mm-hmm. Good question.
I find when your guided meditation helps me anyway to go deeper into it. So I really not spending as much time per se as the music. It's almost like Sunday night, when she talked about the spoken word.
Yeah.
It's like you are the spoken word, taking us to a place inside. And I really, really helps me.
I'm glad. I'm really glad. Mariko, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, definitely right there. Go deeper inside. I just sent Marilyn a quote of another Dr. King, which will make you really go deep inside. Okay, ready? We have before us the glorious opportunity to inject a new dimension of love into the veins of our civilization. New dimension of love into the veins. Inject love into the veins. Can you? I think it's when you imagine that, it really go into your veins.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not romantic love. It's a new dimension of love.
Thanks. That's gorgeous. And I did not know that quote. It's a beauty.
I sent to your phone.
I will send it to those who were not here tonight, because I think that's a great quote. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's a very good question, Megan. And I also grappled with that when I was figuring out the choreography, because it's not literal. He gave us a map of all the different themes and how they came together, but it's subtle. For instance, there are scraps of John Lennon's music in the piece, but they're not, oh, there it is. They're woven in such a way that it's really subtle. So it's not something you can ride on. It's something you have to connect with. Does that help? Okay.
Marilyn,
Yes, ma'am.
could we just listen to the music and not move with it? I mean,
Sure.
just to get the idea, because when I'm concentrating so hard on your words that I'm not hearing the music at all.
Right. By the way, guys, I have sent you the music twice, and I'll be glad to send it again. So
Please do.
you can do that on your own.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And for that reason. Yeah. Okay. Why don't you, those of you who want to can mess with your lights. Those of you who want to can just experience the music. I'll just do these two sections because we're getting short on time. Okay. Okay. Let me get lined up again. Okay, I'm not going to talk. This is for you to mess with. This is starting with Martin Luther King.
Red over white, Martin Luther King only.
No, we're going to go Martin Luther King
Red and white
John
lights?
Lennon. I'm going to play the second half of the piece right now. Now John Lennon. I will send you the music. I should add that the imagery I'm giving you to dance to within this is not implicit in the music. It was not something Stanley wrote. He didn't say take them through close love, impersonal love, love against the grain. But I need a community of intention as we dance this, so that it has a shape and a mutual force through each part. And it seemed to me that that was a journey that worked. It certainly worked for me. I'm doing this as a spiritual practice now to try to rid myself of anger. It's pretty strong. So what else can I do for you besides send you the music?
That's a good step for starters.
Coming from Ed.
I have no idea what's happening with
Ed, your device is
Because Ed has 2 accounts signed in.
what?
Because Ed's signed in from 2 accounts.
Okay. Maybe not do that again. That was pretty shocking.
Ed 1 and Ed 2.
Yes, we have two
Yeah.
Eds.
I couldn't get audio on one of the computers, so
But we're getting feedback right now.
yeah, I hear it.
Between them, yeah. Don't worry about it. We're at the end of the evening. Thank you so much, guys. This was the most potent yet. And we still have another week before we start actually doing the recording that we're going to use. So I feel quite confident that we're going to go into good places. Friday, we're also going to do these 2 parts of the piece. And then next week, we're going to do the whole piece each time. And also practice those sections where you come in one at a time. Not for timing, but to give you a chance to sort of feel your way into your particular speech in that section. Thank you. You have been endlessly patient among incredible insanity. But I think the piece is really going to work. And wait until you see what Mariko is going to do in this, and what we are planning with the lighting and the really beautiful, transcendent effects. I think it's going to be most exciting, guys. Yeah, be well and take care of yourself. I'm so happy to see you. I can't tell you what joy I get from watching you feel your way through what you're doing, and it feeds into the things I'm trying to accomplish in my life, to become more loving and less condemnative of things.
It's very well timed in the midst of the chaos of the world that we're living in.
Yes.
To
Yes,
be
that's
able to
true,
do this.
Marlene.
It's something seeps in the cells of our body. You know, I know I find myself catching myself, if I have a negative thought or something, like it comes down to that. And the more we do this, the more it's like we're exercising our insides to respond when it's needed,
Yeah, and that can only be good
Yeah.
if we can draw the people who witness this into that process also. It will be a chemical change, and that would be
Right. Yeah. Marlene, it's right there that and especially in John Lennon's piece, imagine hundreds of people around the world dancing with you.
Right.
In front of you, behind you, to your right, to your left. No borders. Everybody is dancing with you. That vision, it expands your background, and the people can see it. And it's so encouraging, so inspiring, so beautiful.
At the opening of the John Lennon piece, the first thing when like Strawberry Fields Forever just came. And
Yes,
then and that was like, oh, I didn't have that. Now that I had that image, then it was like, oh, now I get it.
yeah, isn't that wonderful, that aha moment? Yeah, we have to be sure and tell Stanley that. He will be really pleased. Yeah. I think it's a marvelous piece of music. It moves me more and more the more I listen to it, and the more we dance to it. It sort of marries the dance to the music. I don't want to keep you because I know how hard it is to get boundaries for your time. But thank you with all my heart, guys. Some of you I'll see on Friday, and some of you I'll see next week.
Good night, Marilyn. Thank you.
Good night, loves.
Thank you, everybody.
Nay.